Your favorite local grocery stores like Kroger, Ralph's, Fred Meyer, and more are now delivering on Uber Eats. Get 40% off your order of fresh, quality ingredients. Whether you just got home to an empty fridge or suddenly got a craving to whip up something new, you can get everything you need delivered in as little as 25 minutes. Get 40% off your order with code Kroger2026. Plus, members get $0 delivery fees. Order now on Uber Eats. Orders of $30 or more save up to $25. Ends 4/30/26. See app for details.
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
This episode is brought to you by Stouffer's. Here comes three-time juggling champion Natalia Rogers. She's juggling law school, her TA job. Oh, narrowly catches the laundry. What's that fourth ball? Parents unexpectedly showed up at dinner time? Is that too much for Natalia? Not with Stouffer's Chicken Alfredo and its mouth-watering mix of Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. When you're juggling four things at once and the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man.
Cornbread! Cornbread! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid drinkers. Free agency has started. It's definitely started. The league year, you'll be hearing this, starts probably a few hours after you're listening to this, or you'll be hitting this on Wednesday morning. You know this is the Koolaid Cast with your boy Oakrey, serving up that delicious Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid. Say it 3 times fast.
Drink it in, man.
Double-sided cornbread.
Cornbread!
We're talking about those Lions. And like I said, free agency's open. Lions are signing people. Lots of people are upset they're not signing other people. They're not signing enough people. We've got takes. We've got opinions. And when I say we, that's because for like the 4th week, I'm not even keeping track anymore. This guy's showing up big, which probably means he'll be gone for the next few weeks. But I'll go solo. It won't matter. I keep us rolling. But he's back again, people. He's traveling. He's in hotels. He's all over the place. He's at kids hockey. He's doing whatever. But he's here to talk about the Detroit Lions, free agency. We have rants, takes, opinions, and gimmicks. The one and only. At Chops in the D on the Twitterverse. Chops, you're there. You say you're ready. What's going on, buddy?
Oakrey, you know I'm always ready to go with the Detroit Koolaid Cast. I can record from the road. I can be in Ohio. I can be in Michigan. I can be in Pennsylvania. Hell, I can be international up in Canada. Buddy, it's free agency. It's the most important offseason in the history of the Detroit Lions. And let's go, buddy. There's signings. There's alleged signings. There's maybe signings. There's, hey, I signed, but now I'm not going to sign. There's all this craziness going on. This is what we call the tampering period, where nothing's officially official until it's official on Wednesday. But let's go.
Chops, we'll go. But somewhere in there, did you say Ohio?
Hey, listen. Ohio State sucks.
Yes, it does. Terrible. It smells too. It doesn't just suck. It stinks.
Vanquished.
Had to get that in whenever we can. Chops, like, let's do this right off the top. Like, I'm still usually I'm disappointed in you because of your takes, your bad opinions, you don't know players, you don't know value, your fantasy football, boola boola. But like, I'm disappointed in Brad. Used to be open for business, sorta, but not really. Holmes sleeping at the wheel because news came across that MAXX XX Crosby went for 2 first-round picks to the Baltimore Ravens. No extra players, no sweetener, no, hey, you got to add an all-pro also. 2 firsts, MAXX to the team, and Chops, it's the 14th pick. Last time I checked, we have the 17th pick. Like, you're telling me that I can't have MAXX Crosby on the lines for number 17 this year? So basically, I draft MAXX at 17. And then I give you a first-round pick next year. We call it good. And have you seen his contract? He's under contract for 3-4 years at 25 to 30 mil, somewhere in that crazy affordable range. Like, why was Brad Holmes asleep? Why is he not here in Detroit? I'm still upset. What the hell is going on?
Buddy, I knew you were going to want to open up with this topic. And I'm just like, I really want to serve the Kool-Aid to the people. But I knew this is what you were going to want to do. This is the easiest deal in the world to make. Pick 17, your first round next year, which is probably going to be 32 when we win the Super Bowl with MAXX XX on the other side of Hutch. And that's it. That's it. No, 2 firsts in JMO, 2 firsts in Elite. No. Just 2 firsts, 17, which you're going to use to take an edge anyway. And the last pick of the first round next year. You got to be kidding me, Brad Holmes. Come on, man. You used to be open for business, and you let this slip by you. Because I would have even thrown in an extra 3rd or 4th or whatever it needed to be done to make up the difference between 17 and 14. Get this deal done, man. It was right there for the taking. He wants to come to Detroit. It makes no sense. None. Why we're not ranting and raving about MAXX being in the Honolulu blue jersey right now, because this was a done deal. Should have been done easy, simple, zip it up, get in here, put him on a plane, Brad Holmes, and get him to Detroit, bring him home. Oh,
now people, we're going to get to the Lions, who they have signed. This is not doom and gloom. This is Koolaid Cast. We're usually hyped, optimistic. I just had to start off with that because I feel like he's the perfect player at the perfect time, the perfect situation. And I will even give the counterpoint that I feel almost like if you keep your picks and you nail your picks, if you re-sign your guys at decent deals and do this for a long time, it is very prudent. It's a good strategy. It's probably a better strategy than giving up 2 firsts for a guy that's in his mid to late 20s that makes $30 million. But this is the player I'm willing to do it for, was willing to do it for, especially at that price. And it's like, all these guys always say they're talking, they're doing this, they're doing that. Like, if you knew other people were in, you drop a little extra and you get it done. This was the guy to get it done for, Choppy, and it just got me upset. I just kept tweeting out, perfect player, perfect time, missed the boat, as well as MAXX to DET ASAP is what it should have been. Like, what the heck, man? But we can get into other stuff, and we could talk about this all day.
I know, buddy. It drives me nuts because, like you said, right? He's locked in until 2030. It's a reasonable cap hit, I think, at like 35, which can be restructured, by the way. That's the other crazy thing, too, is I heard that, like, he can restructure this deal, get it down to like $12 million in cap hit this year. He's only 29 years old, locked up for the next 4 seasons. I just, oh my God. It makes all the sense in the world. And again, even if you use the 17th pick for edge, you're only going to have that guy for 4 years. Yes, you can then extend him and deal with that. But like, this is the guy you make that deal for. He is an absolute stud, homegrown, wants to be here. Perfect fit, culture fit.
Chops. You're in the middle of a take. I understand.
What?
I am looking at my phone. Do you have your phone on you? We're recording. There's something that you have created a gimmick in as of a week or 2 ago that needs to happen now.
Hang on. Hey, breaking news! Oh my God, are you kidding me?
What is happening?
No, this is fake. This is fake.
I don't think so.
This has to be fake. Is this real? Oh, great. Oh my God, I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it on the pod. This is MAXX Baltimore Ravens back out of the deal. Shut up. This is. Are you messing with me on Twitter right now, bro? Is this real?
We are in the middle of a Maxx Crosby rant. Why didn't he come to Detroit? And all of a sudden, we're hitting the big red button, and on my phone, I see MAXX to BAL is no more. It's off. The trade is off.
Gosh.
He's re-available. I don't care about some boola. I just saw a tweet. His medicals. He didn't pass his. This dude doesn't have to play for another 8 months. I don't care what your medicals are. Brad Holmes, get on the phone now. You used to be open for business. Get this man here. I don't care what it takes. You say, hey, didn't you want just 2 first-round picks? There you go. Oh, you want some other scraps like Chops just said? You want a third in a future year? There you go. And send him here express mail, please.
What? So, holy crap, dude. He failed his. It looks like he failed his physical. This isn't him vetoing it, is it? No, this is the Ravens saying no. What? Oh my gosh, Brad, get on the phone, right? I mean, don't even. How? Oh my God, please make this happen. I don't care. Pay more than 2 first. Make this happen.
And when has there been a player like this that big of a deal, 2 firsts, that happened a couple days ago that now is completely off? He's not going back to the Las Vegas Raiders. They already spent all their money and got a bunch of other bumskis that aren't going to win them any football games.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
If data management is slowing down your business, you need the Intuit ERP. If one entity is here, and one here, and one here, and one here, you need the Intuit ERP. If scaling your business feels like starting over, you need the Intuit ERP. Intuit Enterprise Suite is the AI-native ERP solution that consolidates, migrates, and automates, all in one place. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
Hey everybody, welcome to your 30-second laughing session brought to you by The Laughing Cow. Ready to laugh? In 3, 2, 1, and... Okay! Great job, everybody! Now unpeel a wedge of the Laughing Cow light spreadable cheese, a delicious snack with 2 grams of protein and 25 calories per wedge. Feels good to have a cow, huh?
I have created the most advanced AI soldier.
The wait is over. Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+.
We are looking for something you've discovered. And some of us will stop at nothing to get it.
Ready? The countdown is complete.
There's no going back.
Our directive is clear.
Hang on!
Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
Like, he's still going to be dealt. Like, I heard something today, I don't even know if it's credible or not, but they were talking to somebody going, oh, like, they didn't take the Lions. They acted like they knew the Lions had an offer in, but they said, well, the Baltimore picks were better by what? 2, 3 selections? Oh, no, we know that Baltimore is not going to be as good in the future as Detroit. Like, what? That makes no sense. Like, it's a very negligible difference, and if we're in on it at all, we got to be not only back in, but say, all right, you guys screwed us last time by just giving them to Baltimore without calling me first. What does it take to do this? I got 20 minutes. Let's get it done.
Okri, dude, the oh my gosh, the Las Vegas Raiders have been on a spending like spree. How are they going to? Are they over the cap now? I'm trying to pull up the numbers here. It looks like they still have some cap space, but they have. Oh my gosh, that's what a nightmare for them. This is they got to deal him. They have to deal him. Brad, you got to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
It's not even a money. It's not even a money thing. Once you trade the player and he says goodbye, and like you're not gonna come back and play. Like this is where we'll find out, because I feel like the Lions are always like, oh, we the price was too high. We really weren't in. Or sometimes Brad Holmes will act like he's in on all these players, but he doesn't close any deals recently. Like, we used to love his draft day moves, and he's doing this, and he swindled this person, and now it's like, it's a lot of talk about what could have been, or I called around, or nobody wants to give up their edges, or we got one good edge. What do we need two for? Unleash. Because you need somebody with Aiden Hutchinson, that's why. And the perfect player to put on the other side is Gumby, a.k.a. MAXX, in Detroit with the tattoos, the crazy face mask, Honolulu blue and silver, wrecking quarterbacks. That's what we need to happen. Will it happen? I hate to be one of these people that says probably not, but I hope it does. But that feels like the way that fans here are going. But come on, man, you're getting a reprieve right now that we never expected. I'm sitting here ranting about why we didn't get the guy. I look at my phone, trades off, Baltimore's out. He ain't going back to the radio. That means Maxx Crosby is back available. We have already two chops without getting. Let's keep it moving. Talk about our guys. We've already gotten our center. We already added some O-line depth. We found our RB2. We added some corners and some depth defenders. What do we need? What's our biggest need? What's the best player available at that need by chance? Maxx Crosby.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man, this is like the stars are aligning. You know, Brad Holmes loves to go after these guys that are coming off of injuries too. Like, the price, the term, he's going to fail his physical, everything right now. You got to make a move, and you're exactly right. Like, this lines up perfectly because we have not addressed the position yet. And if they go to Goff right now and just say restructure, buddy, and they can get Maxx to restructure, you've got all these options there. You got flexible. Like, dude, there's no excuse at this point. Make it happen.
And you know what Lions fans like even more than getting their guy that everyone's wanted for multiple years that we talk about all the time on the show? Like, not getting him, but then in a crazy circumstance, getting him at later once we already thought it was over. Like, that would be so much better than if they would have signed him a week ago or traded for him a week ago. Like, get him by the time the league opens tomorrow and have the press conference for Thursday. This city would go nuts.
Yeah, man. I'm still like shell shocked. I'm still like, I'm waiting
off
for
your game.
No, just kidding. Oh my gosh, I'm totally thrown off, man. I'm totally thrown off. This is oh my God, we could talk about this for the entire hour, Oker. We gotta dive into some of these guys, man. But look, I am putting it on record right now. This is Chops at Chops in the D calling you out. Brad, Cornelius, Allen, Will Smith, Holmes, get this done.
All right, so people, that's Chops pounding the desk or whatever hotel he's in with his horrible Wi-Fi and his jankety microphone. But I think before all this happened, he said something like this. Breaking news! Maxx Crosby's available. The trade's off. He's back available. Brad Holmes, get it done. MAXX to DET ASA freaking P. Let's go. All right, Choppy, we got other things to talk about if we can get ourselves together. I'm just staring at my phone while I'm listening to you drone on and on about whatever you said the last 20 minutes. Chops, what do you think about the Detroit Lions signing Cade Mays as their center? I liked him coming out of the draft. Tennessee. He's got some ho-hum PFF grades, if that's your gospel. He's a big barrel-chested football player, a big 325, 6'6" center. He's young. He fills the position need. What do you think?
Yeah, look, Okri, I know that, of course, it was well established that Linderbaum was my guy. He was number one on my list. Then, of course, McGovern from the Bills was number two. Well, of course, McGovern resigns with the Bills. Linderbaum goes for some astronomical number, like 3 years, $81 million, like you predicted, like you said, we probably weren't willing to do. So I actually, this is a sneaky great signing for me. Cade Mays signing at 3 years at 25 mil. Like, that's it. Like, sure, I will absolutely take the number 3 center on the market for 1/3 of what those other two guys went any time of the week. So I'm happy about this. I'm excited. Get him in the Honolulu Blue. That's my boy Jared Goff, the hashtag Golf Train. It's his new best friend. Like, he's the side conductor now. Maybe he's the guy shoveling the coal in the back on the golf train. Like, oh, let's go. Cade Mays protecting the center. Sneaky good signing by Brad Holmes here.
Everybody that shops again, pounding his desk wherever he is on the other end. I don't know what's got you so fired up. Maybe that Max Crosby's available. Yeah. What?
Yeah. Man, I'm still in shell shock. But no, I love the Cade May signings here. I think he's going to be a great fit, and I like to have, again, we know, with the Decker news and, the shiftability of Penne. I mean, I don't even know if we've even talked about the Decker news. Like, again, there's so much has happened in just a short week here that, but no, Cade Mays, great signing by Brad Holmes. I love it.
I like it, but here's why. Like, it's all going to come down to how he plays on the football field, because you know me, based on our reality sports online leagues or our long-running joke about potential. Like, me and Brad Holmes think alike. Like, when you're going to get free agents in the National Football League, your best bet is getting guys that are anywhere from 25 to 27 years old, giving them a 2-3 year deal, usually much less than the other bumskis that got signed right before them. And then you got to hope and pray that they can not only play, but play really well. And you hope it's not TBD. If you ask me, well, we'll see. Hope you play well. They have to perform. But this dude's right in that sweet spot with age. I like his build, his makeup, fit in the room well. He's got great pass blocking grades and tape. But when it comes to road graders, not so much. And this could be one of those where you sign him, you like the deal, you like the age, you think he's going to fit. Everybody says, well, it's my third or fourth guy in that position. And then he just doesn't perform well enough, and you're looking for a replacement in a year or two. Like, we hope that's not it, but it all depends on how this guy does, and can he be a top-notch football player? Because we went from the best in the game, Frank Ragnow, down to Glasgow, who worked real hard, tried real hard, but couldn't get the job done most of the time. And Cade Mays needs to be an upgrade from that. He really does. So I like the number, and I like the person, the player, but I need to see the performance is where I'm at with it. So that was the first big signing. And the other thing that they do is they go out and fill the big holes. Go ahead, Choppy.
Yeah, real quick, I want to jump in here, and I think because this is a double signing for me, because this allows Tate Rat to stay at the guard position, which is, I think, where he prefers to be and where I think he thrives. So I think it's important that they were able to get that center position locked in, not force a guy into a spot where he doesn't want to be with Tate Rat. So I like this. It's kind of almost a 2-for-1 for me, but yeah, I think obviously, it all comes down to how he plays. But from what I'm seeing, I think it's going to be a really nice fit for him in Detroit. Only 26 or 27 years old. So again, right in the prime time, ready to be dominant. And that, you know damn well he's going to be better than Pascal was last year.
A lot of people are talking about that. Well, my thing with Tate Rat is I feel the guy can play center and could, and it wasn't even that he got moved because he wasn't good enough, wasn't smart enough, wasn't tough enough. Dude was like his second week on the job trying to do something he never done, and they gave him a week or so, and they're like, oh no, we're good, we'll get this other guy in there. So like a full off season if you really need to do it. But here's the beautiful part: not only is he going back to right guard, and you filled your center, and we talked about you got a couple guys that can play the left and the right side. you're definitely going to cross-train Tate Rat as well. So when you talk about that interior flex...
Walmart Business is in the business of saving you time, money, and hassle. Whether your business started in a garage or is a garage, Walmart Business has the tools to help you get where you're going. Tools like free shipping, multi-user accounts, and just about any item your company needs.
Even a double filtration cyclone dust collector.
Yep, even that.
Sweet.
Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love. Now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com. Terms apply.
Now you got a guy going back to right guard, but you're going to teach him the center. So if an injury happens, he could slide in there. Then you could slide Miles over. You keep Mahogany at left. You get another... Like, I almost think that interior line, center and guards is really not a draftable need at this point. Like, it... You know, I like the kid from Penn State. I like some other options, but I feel very good in there that I'm going to roll with what I have and hope that Mahogany gets better, Frazier becomes something, Tate Rat becomes much better. He was good last year, don't get me wrong, but he could be better. And that Cade Mays can hold it down at center, and then we'll just figure out our tackles and roll. Speaking of tackles, like, you know, they got this guy Borum, who was born in Detroit, you know, what played with the Miami and some other teams, but definitely a depth type signing. Just seems like a guy that can come in and work hard and be a tackling dummy kind of in training camp, but also, you know, could maybe be a depth type player, but I'm really not expecting much. But Chops, we're not going to waste time on Borum because we got to talk about this next guy. And you know what it is. The next guy is my boy, Isaiah Pacheco. You know, I've always loved this player. I've invested in heavily in fantasy. Dude runs hard. And I had to remind a few of my friends today, go back and watch not only his tape, but when he's coming out, I think my man's a 4.3 low 4.4 player at the running back position. Everybody just forgot, oh, he's had some injuries, he's been out, he hasn't been as productive. I get it, and I'm not using that as an excuse because, again, you have to produce, you have to have vision, you have to put up stats like you like to talk about. But we just got a dude that's been in the league 4 years. What's that make him, like 25, 26? He runs a 4.4, low 4.4, let's say. He'll run you over. He runs angry. Dude can do short yardage touchdowns, and I feel like he can hit home runs too. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think that could be, how should I put this? Elite in the backfield. Woo-wee.
Oh, yeah. Get it all out there, buddy. Hit my gimmicks for me because, look, I like Isaiah Pacheco when he's healthy. I got nothing but love for him, but
baby,
health is a huge concern for me, man. I'm not as high on this. I know you love this kid. You have been high on him since he came out of the draft. You've got him in like every fantasy league, every dynasty league. But, I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to be the guy that says it, but 700 yards and 2 tugs last 2 years combined in the only 20 games. 13 last year, 7 the year before that, only 14 games the year before that. So, look, he has health concerns. If I keep calling him Isaac. If Isaiah Pacheco is healthy and he can play a full complement of games, I love the combination because he's strong, he's gritty, he's nasty. He's got some breakaway speed too. I think people just kind of forget about that. But, you know, if he can be healthy, I think it's a dynamic duo. And I also want to go on record right now. The Sonic and Knuckle things is over, right? So we're not going to call him like Sonic and Tails or Sonic and Cheeks, whatever. Like, no, it's not going to be that. That's like no disrespect. You can't disrespect Demo like that. Come up with a new dynamic duo. Fine, great. But to me, I have to see Isaiah Pacheco on the field consistently. And, you know, he's got to put up numbers, right? Because he has not done that for the last 2 seasons. So if he's healthy, great. If he's not, I assume this means that we will probably also be drafting a running back fairly early to middle of the draft.
All right, so I'm about to get after you, but, you know.
I know. Bring it on.
You know, Wagner would be proud about what I'm about to do to you there, but you said something that caught my attention. I'm trying to even remember now. I always have takes, and then you go on for another 10 minutes. So it's like, my whole thing is like, Chops, instead of looking at your stat sheet, have you watched this player run? Have you seen any actual games, or are you just looking at box scores? I'm just curious.
Listen, bro, I think everybody's seen enough of the Chiefs over the last 4 years of the highlights and the stats and all the things with the Super Bowls. I've watched enough of this guy play. Yes, he's dynamic. I also look and see that in 4 years he's played 51 games, so it's not a ton because he's hurt a lot.
When you put context.
Carvana's so easy, just a click, and we've got ourselves a car. See?
So many cars. That's a click-tastic inventory.
And check out the financing options. Payments to fit our budget. I mean, that's...
Clickonomics 101.
Delivery to our door?
Just a hop, skip, and a click away.
And bought.
No better feeling than when everything just...
clicks.
Buy your car today on...
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
And you talk about injuries. If you go back and look, I think he's had 2 major injuries, which last time I checked, you can't come back in a week or 2. Those take you out for lots of games. So that's only bad luck on his opinion, but he's probably my favorite runner in all of football from just a violence standpoint and knowing that he can go to the house. And you know who else can go to the house? The multidimensional, positionless. Wait for it. Elite weapon, Jahmyr Gibbs. So, like, what a dynamic tandem. I mean, we only got him for a year, and they didn't say how much money, but you probably got him for a year for $3 million or some change, something crazy like that. There was no better options that I would have loved, so that was absolutely tremendous. I feel like that's a tone-setting type player with youth on a low contract that, you know, is going to make all you and the people talking boola boola look silly when he's just, not only can you run him in those short and in goal lines, but wait till him and Gibbs are just an upgrade from your boy last year. And oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. If you rewind the tape, people, just take note of what Chops called David Montgomery. He called him Demo. Faux show, you know, like the tides have changed probably because I ended last week's show by flipping the script on Chops and going with an exit goodbye where I said D-Money to end the show. He probably didn't even see that because he doesn't listen. His kids listen. Everybody listens except Chops. I threw in that little Easter egg right at the end, and now Chops is calling him Demo on the show. So, I mean... D-No-Mo is off the show, you know? Faux show. Let's go.
That was our reverse gimmick here. You dropped the Chops gimmick to end the show last year, that nice little Easter egg, as you like to call it, and I said, all right, cool, I'll return the favor. I'll call him D-Mo, no Mo, not a SCO.
Gotta go.
Go. Whatever.
All right,
but,
well,
hey, listen,
that's what I wanted to get off.
I would like... as we wrap up this Pacheco conversation, I'd also just like to point out, we don't know exactly what the deal is. We know it's 1 year. We don't know the dollar amount. However, if it ends up being like $4 million, if you add that to Demo's dead cap hit of 4.4 and you end up basically paying the dude $8.4 million, that's the same amount you would have paid Demo this year. So if you think it's an upgrade, great. Is he 2 years younger? Sure. Is he a actual workhorse stat upgrade? TBD if you ask me. I hope he plays well. I guess we'll have to see. But I still don't I think it's a downgrade in my opinion for the same amount of cap hit.
Will Chops ever get an Okra gimmick correct? It's a very simple sentence. You can't even do it right.
Nope.
But also, if you ask me right now, if the money's even, would I rather have Demo or Pacheco? Give me Isaiah. Let's go. Okay, I absolutely love this kid. So
Shocker. You've loved this kid for 5 years. So anyway, we can move on. I knew you wouldn't care about the stat or the money because you don't care. But
you know,
you just love the guy, and you said that quote unquote Demo's washed.
Did you also
Which,
see?
by the way, is half of what Kansas City is saying is that Pacheco's washed too. By the way, hate to break it to you.
Am I going to be able to get a word in edgewise here? Shop's going to talk over me on his hotel delay he's got. Like, did you happen to see J.K. Dobbins got over $10 million per to re-sign with Denver? So you're over here complaining about dead cap this, Demo this, no Mo. Oh, we got Pacheco, but he's always hurt. I don't know. Like, I'm here to tell you. The dollars in the National Football League are crazy. Brad Holmes is doing his bargain bin, but this is where he actually got a talent. And this guy isn't just a banger. This guy can also catch the football. I didn't even mention that. He could catch the ball, and he was great in college and everything. So everything points to him having the exact skill set. If you're going to hold injuries against him his whole life, oh, he broke his leg again. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's his fault, not some guy submarining him or him getting twisted up in a pile. So I'm not even going to count it other than say, what a great skill set. I'm sure the contract is beautiful. And when he starts making plays, you'll be all happy and you won't be talking about these other guys that were here or, oh, I could have saved $2 million. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to go get Rocky Sin, who came back to the line, which we're happy about? Chops, do you realize that when we did the should they stay, should they go free agent DKC preview, that we basically did Brad's Holmes work for him and helped out Dan freaking Campbell? Do you know this? Do you know this?
Hey, listen, man. You know that we did it for him, and you know what? They listen because we haven't talked about the defense yet. Because let's talk about it. Let's run it back. Who we got coming back?
So my boy, again, if you really want to dig in the DKC archives, go back and find shows where I did at least either shows or topics on the Lions should consider drafting Rocky Sin. And sure enough, he bounced around the league, comes back. He had a nice year last year. We said bring him back. Brad Holmes listens to the show. He listened, and he brought him back. He also brought back Rodrigo. That was the live version. I'm looking for the drop. Chops, you got a Rodrigo in you?
Oh, hey, I think it's goes something like this. Rodrigo!
That was the Chops live version. Here's the sound drop.
Rodrigo!
Sounds like he's running down to the corner store with trying to get some now-a-laters. You know, hey, is that
Rodrigo?
He's back, number 44, and this
Yes,
is Brad.
sir.
This is Brad Holmes turning over the roster, giving young talents opportunities, giving people 1 year prove-it deals that he can get out of or he can extend you if he wants to. What a beautiful move to keep Rocky Sin as well as Rodrigo. That was the live version.
Rodrigo.
That was the sound drop.
Yep. You and I feel the same way about Rocky Sin. You know, he's gonna rock you, son. Very happy he's back there in the secondary. I mean, he fills that CB spot. He can shift around. He's got some movability there. You know, you and I are both. I mean, the guy just loves to hit. He's grit all the way, and I'm happy with this deal. I think what is this, a 1 year deal? And I don't think they've laid out the financial terms yet either. But happy to have Rocky Sin back in the Honolulu Blue.
Chops, I'm checking my phone to see Max Crosby to the Lions. I haven't found it yet, but I'm looking. Like, what is taking so long? I'm serious.
I can see all the mock-up jerseys on the Twitterverse right now. Everybody's got them back in the Honolulu Blue with that crispy jersey.
It sounds like my favorite one are the ones like where it has a close-up and you can see that crazy helmet where it has the triangle in the front. Like, we need that Honolulu Blue with the silver helmet or the black helmet or the blue helmet or whatever. Just get this done, please. But Chops, like, we could talk for days. We've only went about a half hour, so you know we got to keep this going. And my thing is, okay, we beefed up our line a little bit. We also let Braden Smith, Smithy from the Colts, who could have been a nice right tackle, kick Penne to the left. He went for like 2 years, 12 mil or 18 mil or something low like that. I would love to put him over there for 8. Take your boy's Demo's money and give it to Brandon Smith at right tackle. But we can't just be totally focused on the O-line, as well as I don't want to focus on just, hey, depth. We like our guys. Bring them back. We got them for cheap. Like, last time I checked, there are times you got to upgrade. You realize last year wasn't better or good enough. So when's Brad Holmes going to fill out depth in the lower part of the roster with his guys on clearance rack deals and understand that you have to go get a dominant, productive edge? When is he going to figure out you need a corner that can not only cover a coffee table on the outside, but can actually play and guard a running back, tight end, or slot receiver on the inside? When are we going to understand that if you let Fabio go, we need another either thumper or coverage player at the linebacker position? How's my boy Kerbo and definitely my boy Brian Branch doing at safety? Like, why are we not adding on the defense, and why are we not getting premier players that are getting plucked off by the Jets for a 7th round pick trade or a pick swap, or hey, we'll give you a 2-year extension for $20 million, and we're just snoozing at the wheel? Like, the defense has to get better. I'm not even worried about the offense, except your quarterback sometimes. And I feel like we add a couple premier players there, get some guys back, we're good. As they said, Dan Campbell said, we're good right now. Like, we'd be real good if you start upgrading and adding to the defense where you have gaping holes instead of filling multiple offensive linemen and adding depth players that you drafted 4 years ago or that you picked off the scrap heap. Chops, am I wrong?
Well, okay. Well, I think what I'm hearing is that you're not super concerned about the fact that we didn't have a backup quarterback for a hot minute there until we decided to, I don't know, where's the old tape? Run it back and go get Teddy Biscuits. Two-glove nope. Teddy Bridgewater signing. So we added another piece on the offense there, Oakley. Aren't you happy?
Chops, we gave away the nickname the second time we moved him along from Detroit. He doesn't get the nickname back. It's been transferred to Mr. Biscuits, number 87. For all the Laporta supporters. But I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there was no better backup developmental quarterback. You didn't want to maybe invest in Trey Lance, my boy. You didn't want to get a Zach Wilson talent, my guy too. You didn't want to go get somebody that you might have some big time upside or you could develop. You want to get Biscuits back. You want to get double gloves. You want to get Mickey Mouse back here to play quarterback. Like, I was not happy about that. I mean, I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he can watch tape well. I'm sure the guy's somewhat like him. Didn't he get busted for like paying high schoolers or something, and then now he's back on our team somehow? So I don't know what's going on. I know they love him though.
No, yeah. Well, actually, so he got in trouble for paying for meals for his players in high school, but then they actually, I think it's the state of, was it the Florida? Or I think it was the state of Florida actually implemented the Teddy Bridgewater law that now allows them to spend up to X amount of dollars for things, food for players. So
I don't
what turned
hate
into
him.
a story where he got in trouble for actually turned into something a bit inspirational for him. So, look, it is
Chops,
what it is. He retires, then he comes back. Then he retires, then he comes back. So,
Chops, did you hear the drop?
I don't hate him. I don't.
What I do hate is that I teed you up with like a 3-minute rant about our defense, signing our guys, never upgrading, not being good enough. And you went into a side tangent about a guy we had 3 years ago that took J-Mo under his wing, which was good and bad, because I'm sure he kind of gave him some bad things as well under the tutelage of Mr. Bridgewater. But you took a right turn to talk about that for 5 minutes rather than our defense, which needs some help, which has a lot of holes. Is that what you did?
Yeah, Oakley, of course. I mean, I got to flip the script on you, right? Like, you get to have a take for 5 minutes. I get to talk for 90 seconds. You cut me off, complain about how I'm talking too long, how I switch the topic. But, hey, you're the host of the show, buddy. Like, this is just I'm just an occasional person here. It's not like I've been here for 4 straight weeks for the first time in forever. But hey, listen, you want to talk about the defense? Yeah, there's holes. What is there to talk about? We established all the holes. We went through the starting 11. Wow, we've addressed none of that.
I tried to tell you that instead of talking about our backup quarterback who, he's got rules now that he can pay kids. Like, let's talk about why we don't have an edge rusher, why we need a corner that can actually cover. Can you get me a linebacker that can both cover and tackle? And where's the safety that I wanted? We let everybody go off the board. We're sitting here doing what Wagner always complains about. we're going to be looking down the aisle for the red stickers, those things they throw in the bin because nobody wants them. You know, you go to the shoe store and it's always the ones that are on the floor out of the box. You know, like you're not shopping for the high-end items. This is what Brad Holmes needs to do, especially on the defense. And instead, we're waiting around like you knew we were going to do. Oh, let's wait everybody out. Maybe we'll save a couple bucks. Hey, maybe I'll get this guy that's never been good, and all of a sudden he'll figure it out. Like, we need a couple primetime players on defense. Everybody else is doing it basically in the league, except the Lions.
Yeah, I'm not quite to the point where I'm freaking out yet. I mean, you still got some big names out there. You got Trey Hendrickson is still out there, obviously out at the edge position. A couple of decent corners with Lattimore and Diggs. And, I think you got Kyle Duggar still out there. So you got some names, Oakley. Like, it's only the second day. And, again, Brad Holmes knew that Max Crosby was going to really be available. So he had to save some money so he can make a big splash.
Introducing Fidelity Trader Plus. With customizable tools and charts you can access across all your devices. Try our most powerful trading platform yet at fidelity.com/trader plus. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
That's right. I'm still scrolling from MAXX. I'm seeing like Cowboys jerseys and this and that. But it's so we're sitting here. We literally are recording and tomorrow's Wednesday. When's the league open? At like 4 or noon or something? I think it's 4. Like, how about this, Chops? I wasn't going to do an Oakley rant, but again, this is worthy. What is your boy Jared Goff doing? We don't even have cap space to sign our rookie class. We don't even have cap space to pay for people that we already paid for, like my boy Pacheco. What is your quarterback doing sitting around at $70 million twiddling his thumbs? This better get done tomorrow. It has to. They have to restructure him and other people to even get cap compliant. What? Like, remember I said, oh, maybe they'll wait to the end and kind of swindle the whole league? Like, everybody else is getting these restructures done and we're doing nothing. So your quarterback better be giving back money, and it better happen ASAP, and then we better use that money to go get Max XX tomorrow.
Like, look, we laid this all out on the pod, like, I don't know, I feel like week after week after week. There's no rush. Okay, Brad Holmes has a contract in hand that's signed, and it's ready to be executed probably for 2 to 4 guys. All he's waiting to do is process it to the league whenever he needs to, whenever he, right before the deadline at 11:59 or whatever it is. I'm sure it involves Jared Goff. I'm sure it involves, and again, it's the old whoopsie daisy. You are the one that came out and said, I need Brad Holmes to do something a little unconventional, something that's not part of his nature. Well, here it is. Here's the look over here, don't pay attention over here, to the left, that's smacking in the face, okay? He's waiting it out. Don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning. Oh, Lions have $70 million in cap space. Here we go. 35 for Max Crosby, 20 for whatever. Like, calm down, buddy.
You were the one that said weeks ago you had your sources that had talked to your boy and Mrs. Harper, or is it Mr. Harper? Or I'm sure it's not Mrs. Goff. Why would she do that when she's so wonderful? Like, you said you talked to these people and this was done. And then it's not done weeks ago. And then Chops, it's not done. And every week, you can't come on every week and say, my sources are saying, and it's already done, and next week, and we're 4 weeks down the line, and the league starts tomorrow. Like, until this gets done, 1, it's not done, and 2, hopefully, if it does get done, they don't use any of the money to sign half those bums you just named off. I don't want Lattimore. You ever see this guy? He doesn't compete at all. He's got no grit. Oh, you want to get Trayvon Diggs because he gets a couple INTs? You checked his attitude lately? You think he loves football, or is he all about the dollar and the clubs and this and that? I don't want either of those players. And then you have the audacity to throw out Trey Hendrickson first, the guy that you've run down the last couple weeks. Multiple reports saying he's not taking a nickel less than $35 to $30 million, and everyone's, but nobody wants to pay it. That doesn't mean he's just going to come sign with Detroit for 20. Like, these are crazy takes by you. I'm disappointed, but not as disappointed as Brad. used to sometimes be open for business Holmes, who's asleep at the wheel, who better get me MAXX Crosby and better get a refund check from your quarterback.
Oh my gosh. Maybe if you could clean out your ears and listen to my take. I did not say these are the dudes that the Lions are going after. What I said was these are the top defensive players left. They have not signed yet. So maybe calm down. I know we're all nibbly-bibbly because of MAXX Crosby news here, but like, listen to what I'm saying before you just jump to conclusions. I said those dudes haven't signed yet. I didn't mean the Lions have to go sign them. I don't want Trey Hendrickson, but guess what? I want Trey Hendrickson to cost somebody $40 million because it helps my team because it's hurting another team. Maybe he can go to the Bears for $40 million. Whatever it is, I don't care because he's old and washed up. You want to talk about washed up? And I'm like naming off the top defensive players that are still left. You're like, I don't want that guy. He's a bum. Okay, cool. I didn't say I wanted him either. Listen.
Maybe
want clean out
Trey
your MAXX XX ears.
I want MAXX, but right under that, I would like Trey Hendrickson, but I can't get him for 31 to 38 million, so he kind of is off my list. Yet you says he's off your list because 6 months ago you loved him and now you don't like the player. Nothing's changed. If anything, he's healthier. And oh, by the way, he's a free agent now rather than having to give up a second-round pick, a second and a third, whatever we're going to do at the trade deadline. So he would be a beautiful option. Yes, I don't want those bum corners you named off, but there's other players that can not only help, but other players that went off the board that could have helped our football team. But we don't have money from your quarterback. We haven't worked anything out with Amon-Ra. We don't have a little refund check from Penei Sewell. There's a lot of things that could have got done. And as much as I said he might be pulling the old whoopsie vake, what is he doing that's doing us any good by waiting till the midnight hour rather than getting this done where he could have been shopping the last few days? He hasn't been shopping because they have no money.
Oh Lord! What? Listen, if you have no interest in all these guys and you're sitting around here, why don't you educate me and the people on the people that are left that you're willing to spend money on? Because again, I think just because Brad doesn't have $10 in his hand doesn't mean he doesn't know that he's got it in the bank. Okay, like he doesn't have $10 million right now. He's got it in the queue. Relax.
The queue doesn't matter when the players are gone.
X. Relax.
You can have $50 million in your queue, and you got a bunch of no players left that are any good. You could have $100 million in your queue, and you look around at the talent pool, and you hear this. Don't give me that boo. I don't want to hear it. If there's any time to shop, it's the last 2 days. Monday, 80% of the decent free agents are gone. Tuesday, about another 10%. That leaves you with a whopping, what I just say, 80 and 10. So whopping 10% that are left that are probably worth a damn. And I don't want to be going clearance shopping. I don't want to be told we're good. I don't want to say, oh, we got our guys back though that are going to be healthy this time. Wait to see Rakestraw and Pascal and Levi used to be big denim. I don't want to hear that. What I want are football players, upgrades at spots that are full of crickets, and a football team that can compete. And I don't want your quarterback making $80 million on the cap. So that's what needs to get done. Brad Holmes, I'm gonna calm down. I need defense. You already did your O-line. You're always gonna draft O-line, whatever. Set your roster up so you can do what you do best, which is draft the best player available. That's BPA for you people out there. Best player available in basically every round, but especially in those top rounds, and get us some Hall of Famers like you've done in the past, and I'll be happy.
Aren't you also the same guy that said that we just needed to relax and let Brad Holmes do his thing, and he would replace the guys we lost with better players, with studs? It was just going to happen. You just assumed it was going to happen. Now you're on the show here freaking out about we're not doing anything. Oh my God.
Chops.
You're all over the place, man.
I'm happy about my boy Pacheco. I'm fine with Rock Ya-Sin being signed as depth and a decent hard-nosed football player. I like Rodrigo. I don't know if he can start or make plays, but he's a nice young depth player. I don't mind Cade Mays. I don't have much love for Borum, but so I'm not even upset about that. What I'm saying is let's be a little more aggressive. Let's have money to spend. I keep seeing the graphic. The Lions have $5.8 million in cap space. Yet you and everybody on the radio is telling me how we got 70, we got 80. We just don't know. We could have had 100, but we're sleeping at the wheel. Like, this is your time to get it going. And what I think is going to happen and what's been happening is what we knew was going to happen, which is wait it out. Get the deals, take the potential chances that these guys are going to be good, while all the other people in the league are swapping up people, even if they got to overpay a little bit to upgrade their football team, because they know when it comes to Sundays and Saturdays and Thursdays and Christmas and Thanksgiving and Mondays that you need ball players to win football games. You need primetime players at premier spots, and we got some holes that need filled. That's all I'm saying. Just saying.
Well, that was a lot of words to just say that. So thank you, thank you for that, Okri.
Somebody's got to entertain on the show.
Can we move on to, I don't know, maybe some players that you'd like to see Brad Holmes on? Maybe let's talk about how the ripple effect of this Max Crosby deal now basically screwing over all these teams that have now committed contracts to other players who may then try to back out of those contracts because the league doesn't officially finalize until 4 p.m. tomorrow. By the way, the day that the Lions could still have all the restructures in by 3:59.
Chops, there's not going to be any big groundswell of people going back. This is a one-off that never happens, but it's crazy because it's for the best player available that we wanted. It's the perfect fit at the perfect time in Detroit, like I said. So I'm not worried about any of that you just said. Again, someone has to entertain on the show, so that's why I've been losing my mind. I'm actually fine with what the Lions have done because this is what I figured they were going to do. But at times, you love them to pull the whoopsie fake and do the thing we don't expect, or just get a few more players that are noticeable upgrades at spots that we need. Because if you do that, then you can go in the draft guns a-blazing with in case you didn't know, we have 9 selections now thanks to a compensatory pick. So if we could get cap space, 9 picks, and then actually add some edges that can do some things instead of clearance shopping, bargain bin swimming, I think that we're going to be good to go. We'll actually be good instead of we're good, or we thought we were good until we finished last in the NFC North.
Got it. So hurry up and pull the whoopsie fake. Is that what you're saying? Like, don't make me wait for the whoopsie fake. I need the whoopsie fake right now, even though
based on
the
this
patience is what.
Based on this show, I just get me freaking Max Crosby, and I don't even care what you do after that. But don't sit around and clearance shop and then tell me all these guys are going to be great when we've seen this story before and we know that we're close. And instead, you're hoping that everybody's healthy, everybody has their best year ever. That's not going to fly with me or any of the fan base. That's all I'm saying. So, Chops, we're about to go over an hour again. Your Wi-Fi has been a little funky, but you did show up big again on the show. You're here. You had some takes that put me to sleep, some that were entertaining. You did some gimmicks. I still think I did breaking news better than you for like the 3rd week in a row. Your kids love the gimmicks. The people love the show. What do you want to say to get us up out of here, and then I'll do what I do?
Okri, we got so wrapped up in the Max Crosby news. We haven't even announced all the goodbyes. We haven't had a chance to do the princess wave to the folks that walk out the door, maybe to go join some turncoats in Chicago, Khalif Raymond, maybe to go back to where they came from, Roy Lopez, maybe to go back to Buffalo to hang out with another Kyle Allen. And we haven't even get to talk about any of those.
I mean, we could talk about that, or I could just ask Dan Campbell his opinion.
I don't give a crap.
All right.
That's
Thanks,
what I
Dan
say.
Campbell. Appreciate that.
I mean, to me, it's just the turnover of the league. What's really, and I don't have time to rant on it, but you know that I'm full of Detroit Koolaid and cornbread. But really, like, I see Brad Holmes and this regime getting out on people at the right time. Fabio, good player here for multiple years. Got out right before he takes a dip. Khalif, grit, does his thing. Had him just long enough. Let him go. Amik, found him off the scrap heap. Gave us some good years. Gritty, grimy, from dirt. Sent him on his way, let him go before he fell off or was too overpaid. So I love what they're doing. I think it's very smart business. I know you want to hang on to everybody 3 years too long, pay them whatever they want, like your boy Glasgow. But you got to know when to get out and get an upgrade and get new, fresh blood, new grit. And that's what I think they're doing. Maybe not as quickly or as the way I do it in some spots, but I think everybody that's left, I'm pretty much okay with, and everybody that's coming in, I got no big gripes with yet either.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I was kind of being tongue-in-cheek there, but yeah, like I'm totally fine with everybody. Nobody has walked away and I've gone, oh my gosh, we had to have them back. I mean, releasing Taylor Decker, Amit going to Washington, Alex Anzalone, thank goodness Fabio's finally gone off to Tampa, so I don't have to deal with his Thor ass anymore. But look, I'm in the same boat. Like, it's that time of year. Rosters turn over. You hope you upgrade. Again, finishing fourth in division allows the Lions to have a little bit weaker of a schedule. I think Brad Holmes is going to have those contracts restructured before you know it, before the deadline hits. You'll be happy about his whoopsie fake. Maybe next week we can talk about how, he really did just pull a fast one on all of us and he freed up $80 million. And then he went and got MAXX Crosby.
I'm waiting. I would love to have that show if we could have that show.
You might have to have a special Koolaid packet. You got to hit that one for me right now. Maybe it's a Koolaid packet when MAXX XX signs here over the weekend.
Or is Brad Holmes going to do all this stuff you're telling me he's going to do in the year 3000? I'm going to be too old at that point, Chops.
Oh, will we have a Super Bowl before the year 3000?
Chops, all I know is we're about to go an hour. I could do this for 5 hours, but I got stuff to do. The people, I know every time I go through my pod thing, if it's anything over 45, I don't got time for it, either on the drive, the workout, at home, doing whatever. So we got to get up out of here. You got anything else goofy to say? You want to do any other gimmicks? You want to yell breaking news again? Or do something so then I can do our tagline, get us out of here and hit Dan Miller.
No, I'm going to let you hit Dan Miller. I'm going to let you hit the tagline. I know we've changed it up a little bit here. I think I stole your intro once, then I stole your outro another time. You dropped a hell of an Easter egg to finish last week's show. Other than just saying bye-bye to all the people that left, that's all I got, bro.
Everybody, that's what we got. And we'll catch you next time right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Take care, everybody. We're out.
It's time to get serious here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we took a look into the future.
The future, Conan?
That's right, Andy. Let's look all the way to the year 3000.
Drink it in, man.